Hello Andhra and Namaste Telangana. Skill Sapphire cordially welcomes you back to the next lecture, which is lecture number 2. In this lecture, we shall learn about the computer's very first sense, which is the vision of the computer. Now, in this class, we'll try to understand how a computer or else your mobile phone, which has your camera, how does it recognize your face? If you try to unlock your face without even typing a word, it tries to recognize your face and it tries to automatically unlock itself. Now, in today's class, we'll try to do this exercise, recognizing the faces, recognizing the pattern. We'll try to act as a detective, pattern detective, and we'll try to understand how machine learns to see things. So in this class, for experiment, I have a few objects with me. One is tomato, and then the other one is potato, and the other one is orange. So we'll try to train the computer with all these three different objects, and we'll try to understand. We'll try to ask AI, which of these objects is. We'll try to ask AI to to recognize these objects. So that's the target of today's lecture. Fasten your seatbelts, and we are going to learn about the pattern recognition in today's class. Starting with the basic question of this today's lecture, the basic question would be, how does your phone know that it is you? How does it recognize you? Just imagine that you are standing in a very crowded place in Bangalore with lots and lots of people surrounding you, or else imagine you standing in a bus station or else railway station in very crowded places like Hyderabad or Vijayawada. Right? So there are so many people around you, but when your mobile camera sees you, it automatically recognizes you, and it unlocks itself. But if the same thing is done by the other person, the phone will not get unlocked. So how is this happening? What is the magic behind this? Is this a magic, or else is this a pattern? So the answer lies by understanding the basic difference between your normal camera and the camera which is integrated with AI. Now, you might have seen DSLRs. You might have clicked pictures, through with different kinds of cameras. Cameras is nothing but a lens. It's like acting like a mirror. So it whatever the object is in front of it, it will try to click a picture. That's a basic use case of normal camera. Now, when the camera is integrated with AI, which usually happens in your mobile phones, what it does, it tries to look for the patterns, and it tries to understand your face through patterns. Right, so it is not recognizing you just like your friend recognizes you, or else your parents recognize you, or else your school teachers recognize you, or else your relatives recognize you. It is recognizing you by looking at different patterns of your face. Right, so it studies your face, and it looks at the patterns. It studies your features, and then it makes its own rules in order to recognize your face. Right, so that's the basic idea of AI integrated camera, which is usually found in your mobile phone. So now, as I already said, we are going to understand the patterns by understanding different examples. A particular the pattern can be of a particular data, or else a particular shape, or else a particular distances, or else a particular dots. The camera looks at these all these features, all these parameters, and recognizes your features, and that's how the camera recognize you. So we'll try to play this game by the end of this lecture, but let us try to understand how is this being done. For instance, let us assume that we are in a fruit market. Now, let us assume that it's a summertime, and there are different kinds of mangoes available in the market, and let us assume that all the different kinds of mangoes are mixed together. Right. So some of the mango types I can recall is Banginpalli kind of mango, or else a Totagpuri kind of mango. Now, let us assume that there is a person who is sitting there, who is grading these kind of who is grading into segments, different kinds of mangoes individually. Let us say his job is to separate all the Banginpalli mangoes, and then all separate all your totapuri mangoes, into different baskets. Now, for what he has done is, this particular grader who is trying to separate these different kinds of mangoes, he has seen some patterns inside this different kinds of mango. He knows that a Banginpalli mango, it is round in shape, and then it is uniform in color. The color of this Banginpalli is uniform. It is yellow all around, and then it is rounded in shape. But when it comes to totapuri kind of mango, it is little bit elongated in shape, and then it is of mixed colors. It can be of some part of it can be green, some part of it can be yellow, some part of it can be red. So that's how he knows that this is a Banginpalli mango, and that's this is your totapuri kind of mango. Now, in his entire life, he might have seen different kinds of mangoes, thousands of different kinds of mangoes, and thousands of Banginpalli mangoes, and thousands of totapuri mangoes, right? So that's how he already automatically knows the features of these kinds of mangoes, and he's able to separate it very easily. Now, for AI also does the same thing. Now, if you try to apply the same logic to high-speed computer, or else AI for that matter, if you show AI that these are thumbs ups, and these are peace signs, right? So if you train hundreds of thumbs up signs like this way, this way, with different hands of different people, and if you sign it on the second category that this is peace sign, this is peace sign, this is peace sign, like this way, this way. So by the end of after training it, after giving it a lot of data of all these pictures, so now if you try to show the camera this sign, right, so it will automatically guess, it will automatically recognize that this is a peace sign and this is your thumbs up sign. Now, what it has done, it has seen some patterns, right? So it has seen some features inside this, the shape of this, the color of this, the size of this, right? So you have trained it with lots and lots of pictures, and that's how AI is able to recognize this is a particular sign and this is a different sign, right? So now let us try to train the smart eye. Let us get into the practical part of training the AI. We'll try to train AI with different objects. I have tomato with me, I have onion with me, I have potato with me, and then I have orange with me, right? So we'll try to train on these three different objects and see if AI is capable of recognizing this or not. So in order to do that, what you do is you open this link. You can directly open this link. I'll attach this in the description also, so you can find it in the description. You can click on this link, and it will redirect you to this particular page where it shows something like this. So this is how your interface looks like. Now, if I try to train it, for instance, when you click on that link, it redirects you to this kind of page where you can see two classes. This is class 1 and this is class 2. Class is like a categorization. So in class 1, I'll try to write it as potato, and then class 2, I'll name it as tomato. If you want, you can add one more class. Let us for as of now, we'll try to do two different kind of classification. Now what I'll try to do is I'll provide some data to this AI, right? So with the data of images, so here I have webcam, or else you can upload some images if you have already downloaded in your computer. Now what I'll do is I'll try to take this webcam, and I'll try to capture the pictures, different pictures, let us say 200 to 300 pictures, or else 100 pictures, or 10-20 pictures. So I am capturing the pictures and training the AI about this particular object, which is potato. Now once I do enough kind of images, let us say I have 286 sample images, that is enough to for the AI to recognize. So let us say on the other hand, I have tomato, right? So one side, in class 1 I have trained it with the images of potato, and in class 2 I am training it with the images of tomato, right? So this is how your tomato looks like. Now the AI looks at the recognizes its patterns. It makes its own rules in order to recognize this. It looks at the color of it, it looks at the size of it, it looks at the the shape of this, and then it looks at different kinds of features, and it will try to learn itself that this is tomato and this is potato. Now that the computer has that AI has learned that this is tomato and this is potato, right? So we'll try to train it. Once you try to click that training icon, you'll see that the computer is now learning that it is a particular object. So let's wait for some time for the computer to learn that it's in the training process. Now that the training process is done, the orange color is a potato, and the red color bar you see over here. If you see here, this is potato and this is tomato, right? So now if I show it tomato, see that your bar is 100%, right? So it means that the AI is recognizing this as a tomato, right? So if I try to bring a potato, now you see that the AI is recognizing this particular object as tomato potato, right? So if I try to bring a tomato, again you see that the bar is changing to pink color, and then if I bring a potato, it is changing to red color, orange color, right? So if I try to mix both of them, now in this case you see that the AI is being confused, right? So it doesn't really know which one to detect. You have two different objects which are already trained, right? So if I try to place it closer, now it will detect the tomato. Now if I put a potato, it will detect a potato, right? So this is how your AI is being trained. This is a basic simple exercise to recognize a pattern, right? So what we have done now is we have trained the potato and tomato, and we have given AI a data of images of potato. We have given the data of tomato and potato together, and then the AI is being trained, and then after that the AI automatically recognized which one is tomato and which one is potato, right? So that was a simple practical example of detecting the object, right? So now that you understood about potato and tomato, you can do your exercise yourself. You can create your the exercise says that create two classes. The first class, whatever the first class is, you name it as happy face, and record 10, 20, 30, 40 pictures of yourself with happy face, right? So you love, you be happy, you show that the camera that you show to the camera that you're happy, right? So that you classify it in the first class, and then in the second class you try to put the images of your sad face, right? So angry face, sad face, to give different kinds of expressions, and then take 20, 30, 40, how many ever the pictures you want to give it to the you want to feed it to the computer. You can do that. After that, after training process, if you try to put a particular expression, let us say you are putting a sad face, right? So it will recognize that it is you are sad, and then if you give a happy expression, then it will recognize that you are happy, right? So that's a small kind of exercise. I give it to you as homework. Along with that, I have different exercises also as your homework. You can do either of these either of these experiments. You can take different objects also. Now instead of happy and sad faces, what you can do is you can also look at similar looking objects. For instance, I have a mobile phone with me, and then my remote, TV remote, let us say I have a TV remote, right? So both of them looks similar, right? So both of them looks almost, if you have a black phone, both of them look black, right? So now you train in one class you train it with mobile phone, and the other class you train it with your TV remote, right? So and then you experiment if the AI is capable of detecting your mobile phone, or for that matter your TV remote, right? So that's what exercise is, right? So you can either do this happy face or sad face for kind of experiment, or else you can do this TV remote and smartphone experiment, or else you can do other kinds of experiments also. I want different people to do different kinds of experiments with different objects, right? So one side you take a tumbler, and the other side you take a jug, right? So jug has a handle, tumbler doesn't have, a normal glass tumbler doesn't have any what we say holding, right? So you try to train AI with in these two classes. If you want, you can take more objects also. Try to train AI on different objects and see if AI is capable of recognizing it or not, right? So that's your homework for today, right? So now for coming back to the coming to this application part, what we have learned now is AI is capable of recognizing things, recognizing objects. How does it do that? By looking at the patterns, right? So what are the patterns? It can be it can be your features, it can be the color, it can be the shape, it can be it can be the hair around your face, or else the long hair or the short hair. It can be your specs, right? So what AI is doing is it is trying to look at the patterns and trying to recognize you, right? So it is not recognizing you as a person, it is recognizing you as a pattern, right? So pattern is a combination of different kinds of data. Now for the applications of this is it's widely used. This is like a fundamental foundational level kind of concept, which is used in automobile vehicles, where you see driverless cars, right? So I mentioned about US using driverless cars, right? So how does it do that? It is recognizing the patterns, it is recognizing the signs on the streets, like stop signal, green signal, red signal, right? So it was trained with different kinds of signals after training, right? So now it is capable of recognizing a red color signal and then decides that it has to stop, right? Or else it looks at the green signal and decides to move, right? So that's one of the applications. And then the second application you see mostly in medical field, right? So what AI is capable is this pattern recognition is capable of recognizing the spots where the diseases are happening, and the tumors. It is capable of recognizing the tumors inside your body, and with the scans, of course, and it is capable of giving reports without human interference, or else even before human eye has spotted it, AI will already is capable of spotting it sooner when compared to the human. Now for the third major application you usually see is while using your YouTube, or else Netflix, or else Amazon Prime, or else Geo Hotstar. Whenever you're using these kind of applications, if you try to search for one kind of movie, let us say you are interested in comedy movies, right? So once you watch that comedy movie, the next movie which the system recommends is also belongs to that category. It will try to recommend another comedy movie to you, right? So that's pattern recognition, right? So AI recognized that you like a comedy movie, or else you like thriller movies, or else you like science fiction movies, and accordingly AI is learning about you, and that's how it is recommending you different kinds of genre, right? So or else the same thing happens with YouTube also, right? So if you like sports more, if you watch 2-3 videos of sports, right? So the next, all the feed of your YouTube is filled with the sports category only, right? So that's pattern recognition of AI working on your behalf. Now for summing it up, what we have learned today is one thing, that AI doesn't look at the images; it looks at the patterns of that, in that images, right? So it looks at the size of the image, it looks at the color of that image, it looks at the different features of that image, and that's how it is able to predict what kind of image you're showing, right? And then we have also instead of learning the thing, we have also done the practical. We have seen different kinds of objects. We have trained the AI on different kinds of objects, and we have seen that AI is capable of recognizing things, right? So it doesn't recognize it as an image, but it recognizes it as a pattern. All right, so I think that's a wrap for today. What we have learned is AI looks at the patterns. It doesn't look at the images. It looks at the patterns and recognize. It makes its own rules and recognize a particular person or a particular object. That's what pattern recognition is. That's a wrap for today, and in the next lecture what we'll try to do is we'll try to confuse AI by giving similar kind of pictures. For instance, in this class we have given onion and tomato. By far they look different for our human eye also, but what if we have twin sisters or twin brothers standing close by each other, and how does AI recognize a particular person, right? Or else if at all I wear a mask instead of showing my full face, now how does AI recognize that this is a particular person, right? So that's what the concept for the next class is. I hope you join that next class also. So having said that, thank you so much. Thanks for joining. From Team Skill Sapphire, I would like to thank each and everyone who is watching this video, and I would also like to thank Gem School for associating with us in order to provide future ready skills to the citizens of India. So thank you so much. Have a nice day, and happy learning.